All right, I just want to do this quick little video here because I have something really important I want to share. You know, when you're trying to change your behavior, when you're trying to change your life, when you're trying to achieve big goals or cut out negative behaviors, what we're really focusing on is behavioral change. If you want to get in amazing shape, we got to change your behavior so you're eating better. So you're hitting the right amount of calories and macros, and you're cutting out, the stuff that is hurting you. If you're trying to build muscle, trying to build an amazing physique, we got to change your behaviors. We got to get you going to the gym, get you focusing on your goals. When you're trying to build a business or you're trying to excel in your career, we got to change your behaviors. We got to get you working smarter, working harder, being more efficient. Success is really a behavioral change game. And changing one's behaviors is actually one of the hardest things. The research is clear on it. It is very difficult. That's why so many people struggle to quit smoking. That's why 90% of people, according to the studies I've looked at, that lose weight end up gaining it back. It's very difficult to change someone's behaviors. Now, in my aggressive fat loss course, this is something huge I tackled because the fat loss game can be one of the most difficult ways to change your behaviors. If you, for your whole life, if you always saw yourself as someone that's overweight, that gains weight easily, that has a low metabolism, that has a huge appetite, is never satisfied, those very beliefs you put in your head end up becoming more and more true because you believe them. That's why my aggressive fat loss program, I created a drill. Two drills actually. One of the drills is actually self-hypnosis. It's where I create a script based off of a really solid book, but I adapted the script to reprogram your mind. You listen to it, every night for about a week. Then you just listen to it a couple times a week. When I've gotten the most ripped is when I dialed in the self-hypnosis stuff. And it might sound crazy woo-woo, but the research on self-hypnosis shows that it actually is pretty powerful at changing your behaviors. Because as you get yourself into that super relaxed state of mind, you're able to bypass the conscious mind and speak directly to your subconscious mind, which is much, much more powerful at creating behavioral change. The conscious mind can reject a lot of these statements. That's why doing simple stuff like affirmations can actually not work that well. Because if you don't really believe it, then it won't really do much. But when you're able to bypass the conscious mind, you actually really believe it, and you create that change. So one of the things I've experimented with really well is self-hypnosis. It's been super powerful for me. You don't necessarily need it. It's just one of those things you can have in your arsenal. If you get stuck, you're doing everything right, you might need to focus on changing the mindset. And a lot of people might say, well, this is so like woo-woo, what the hell are you talking about? Where's the science behind it? Crazy enough, I've shared this with a number of people that did my aggressive fat loss course, and for whatever reason, they said, you know what, when I started, and this is true for myself too, when I started doing that, all of a sudden, I wasn't as hungry as much. I was having a much easier time sticking to my diet. And even beyond that, for some reason, I seemed to be leaning down faster than what made sense. And it was one of those things where maybe it's a coincidence, but this has been a few times it's always worked. And so I'm just like, you know what? Try it. Don't just take my word as the voice of God. Don't just reject what I'm saying. Put it to the test. That's where real learning is done. Now, the point of this video wasn't even to get into the subject matter, but if you guys want to learn more about that, you can read some self-hypnosis books, or if you pick up my aggressive fat loss program, you can actually get the script in there. It's very powerful. You just record it because for hypnosis, your subconscious mind is more willing to trust and listen to your own voice. It sounds crazy at first listening to your own voice, but after a couple times, you actually totally get used to it, and it's normal. But I want to give you another really solid way to change your behaviors. If, for example, you're trying to quit something, maybe you're trying to quit smoking, maybe you're trying to quit porn because you're watching too much porn and you're getting the damaging effects of watching porn. In fact, I stopped watching porn for a couple years, and then the last year or so, I've been watching too much, and I don't like it. I don't feel good about it, and I know that you end up enjoying sex more with the real person when you don't watch internet porn every single day. That's true. So when you're trying to change your behaviors, maybe you're trying to quit smoking, You're trying to stop drinking as much, binge drinking. Maybe you're trying to stop watching all this porn. Maybe you're trying to stop like snacking at night and going way over your calories. Maybe you're trying to stop procrastinating, or maybe you want to take on a new behavior. Maybe you want to meditate every single day. Maybe you want to do a cold shower in the morning for the health benefits. Maybe you want to journal every day. Maybe you want to focus and read a book every day for an hour. Maybe you want to, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to work on your business for 2 hours after your full-time job. Maybe you're trying to go to the gym 3 days a week. Whatever it is. When you take on these new behaviors, you cut out old behaviors, don't tell yourself you're doing it for a unlimited length of time. Don't tell yourself, okay, you know what? I'm going to quit smoking forever. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for failure. And there's no wins in that. There's literally no wins. In order to win, you have to go forever without smoking. If you're trying to stick to your diet and it's 2,000 calories, and you say, you know what, I got to do this diet until I'm 8% body fat, and maybe you got to lose 20, 30 pounds. You're setting yourself up for failure, because if you try and do 2,000 calories a day every day, eventually you're going to slip up and you're going to feel like a failure. So part of the mindset or outlook and concept on this isn't necessarily getting to your goal, it's installing behavioral change. And when you're installing behavioral change, you're less focused on the end result of whatever it is, getting to a certain financial level, getting to a certain body fat or muscle mass level, or getting a certain result from doing something. You're more focused on installing the behaviors so they're automatic. Success is the result of good behaviors over a long enough time to experience the success. So by focusing on the behavioral change, you're focusing on the success. But when you forget about the behavioral change, you focus right on the success, you end up messing up the process. So focus on the process. So the strategy that I would employ, I'm even going to do this right now because I told you, I'm up front with you. I've been watching too much porn. It's not good. It's been addictive. And I haven't put my foot down and stopped. So I was like, I made the realization, okay, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop watching this porn, but I'm not going to just stop and be like, I'm going to stop watching it forever. I'm just going to do 3 days. Just 3 days. 3 days. The genius thing here is, after the 3 days, you feel awesome. You feel proud. You're like, you know what? I did it. You get all the good positive reinforcement, dopamine, serotonin in your brain telling you did a good job. You're going to want to keep those neurotransmitters going. You're going to want to keep feeling good about yourself. So the next step is you go a little bit longer. You say, okay, you know what? Now I'm going to go a full week. You go a full week. You feel awesome. Maybe you indulge a little bit if you want to. Maybe you have no desire to indulge. Fine, whatever it is for you. This stuff isn't as much of a science, it's more of an art. Awesome. You've done the week now. Now you finish the month off. You do another 3 weeks. By that point, you've installed those behaviors. I think from my research, you after 21 days of keeping up a habit, it gets pretty much locked in. Boom. So, in this case, you went 3 days, you felt awesome. You went a full week, you felt awesome. Now you finished the month off and you felt awesome, you're locked in, now you have control of your life. And now you get all that amazing positive momentum, positive feedback, pushing you forward to success. Compare that model to someone that says, you know what? I'm going to diet and I'm not going to eat any of these foods forever, and I'm only going to eat this many calories, or whatever the habits are. They do it for a day. Yeah, okay. They're motivated. They did it for a day. Second day, they got through it. Third day, okay. Fourth day, it's getting kind of tough. Fifth day, fuck it, I can't do it anymore. They fail. They stop doing the positive behavior, or they engage in the negative behavior that they're trying to quit. The negative behavior. That's funny. And now they feel fed up. They feel like a loser. They have all that negative feedback. And then they end up, because they fail, if they do indulge or they do quit the behavior, they go to the deep end. So if they screw up their diet, they go and they eat 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 calories. If they skip their workout or they blew their workout one day, then they take the rest of the week off. If they finally had a cigarette, then they smoke double what they usually do. If they finally, couldn't resist porn anymore, they'll fucking jerk off 5 times that day to porn. And then they go through a complete binge. And then after the binge, They go to extremes again. They go on this whole extreme again. And again, they're setting themselves up for failure because, of course, you're not going to be able to do something forever. And the reason why you won't be able to do it forever is because your brain is overwhelmed with the idea that you got to do this forever. Focus on small little wins. As you get a small win, create a bigger goal, and then a bigger goal, then a bigger goal, and then finally you have those behaviors installed. And if you know what, we're only human. Moderation. If once in a while, you're tempted and it's in control and it's just a little temptation, it's moderation or, for a lot of things isn't so bad. If you watch porn once a month, it's okay. It's not going to kill you. If you're watching it twice a day, it could mess you up. So, you don't have to be fully locked in. This is where real, solid, lasting behavioral change and success comes from. It's not from going to the polar extremes, because when you go to the polar extremes and you set yourself up for this crazy, willpower depleting task, it always balances out. Life gets balanced out. You go from one extreme to the other extreme, one extreme to the other extreme. Focus on small wins. You build that confidence and you get to where you want to be. So, this is another way this could work for is if you want to do intermittent fasting, you want to do it the way I prescribe it. And maybe, let's say you wake up at 8 in the morning and the ultimate goal is to go to 1 or 2 p.m. into the afternoon. The first week, just go 2 hours. Go to 10 a.m. Go to 10 a.m. Maybe take 1 or 2 couple days off each week and, have breakfast if you want. The next week, push another hour. Go to 11 a.m. Do a 3-hour fast each morning. Feeling good with that? Awesome. Pat yourself on the back. Hell yeah. Go 4 hours. Now we're at 12. Hell yeah. You feel good. You're doing this. Yeah, I can do it. And then you go a bit further, right? This is how you do it. Now, some people, they want to just go cold turkey and they're fully committed and they can do that and they can make that work. But for other people, with the fasting model, this is the way you do it. You do one little step, then another step, and the whole while you feel great along the way. Bam, now you're fasting a long time. I should have done this video earlier, because I'm sure a lot of people may have made it a little harder for them, because they're like, I'm going to go and fast till 7 p.m. One step at a time. Improve those behaviors. Make progress. Feel good about the progress. If you want to make yourself someone that just attracts success like crazy, you got to program your brain to reward you for doing good stuff. And you have to work within your own level. So you don't try and tackle a huge change if you're not ready for it. You start small. Then you feel good about that. You train your brain to give it good, positive feedback from doing the stuff you need to do. It gets bigger. Or if you don't do that model, you try and set yourself up for failure, you're trying to do crazy stuff, what happens is you're just training yourself to fail all the time. You're training yourself to try and fail, and then you just undo the progress by just going through the opposite pattern. So I'm pretty sure I fleshed this topic out pretty damn well. It's very important, I'll focus on this stuff more in the coming months, to learn how to change your behaviors and make positive change. That's what's going to lead you to success. In any facet, any pursuit. Doesn't matter what it is. This stuff is important. The process, the behavioral change is what is going to get you to your goal. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Comment below. What do you want to see? Maybe outside of fitness, on this theme, on this subject. What questions do you have? What struggles do you have? What's your biggest struggle that I can help you with? Comment, let me know. Are you subscribed to the channel? Maybe you're not. Subscribe. Do it. And then if you are subscribed, double subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell and make sure you get notifications. I want you to get my notifications so you never miss another video, because a lot of people, they've been telling me they don't get the notifications. I want you to get the notifications. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.